everyone, Marcy here. Welcome to my craft room. Tag templates. We have more tag templates to consider today, and I'm going to be working on Kathleen Mower's template number 5. I know I've combined 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, but number 5 I think is just going to take me a little bit longer to do, and so I'm just going to settle on that. Number 6 is also a little bit more involved time-wise. So what I've got here are a bunch of pre-done tag shapes that I've cut out of different things. And then remember these were from one of the Roxy's challenges, and I totally biffed it on these. These were not good. They did not turn out well, but I think maybe we can reuse them for the bases for this project. And then I've got some scraps, and then I have some more neutral looking papers like music and book page and such. So Kathleen's tag template number 5 is titled Count to 5, and it's pretty simple. You're just going to make 3 layers along the base of the tag. You're just going to cover your tag with 3 different things, which is why I got out strips, because that's going to work the best. They can be paper, they can be fabric, they can be lace, they can be anything that you feel like creating with, but you're just going to make 3 layers across the back of your tag, and then you're just going to place 2 more objects on top. Those can be curved or straight or rectangular or however you want them to look, and that brings you to a total of 5 layers. So that's what we're working on today. So I am going to get all of my stuff ready to go. I hope you will too, and then I'll meet you right back here right after this. I have chosen today to work primarily with paper, but like I said, you could use fabric pieces or lace if you wanted to, and maybe I will do that down the road in another video at some point, just depending on what I want to make. But today I'm just working with paper because I'm still wanting to use up lots of scraps and things. It has been so nice to not have a big ongoing project, because as I've been cleaning up after each one of these and tidying up my entire room and reorganizing, I can now sit down to a clean desk every time I start to work, and that actually feels really good. My mind doesn't do well with a lot of clutter. When I have visual clutter, then my brain is cluttered. So it's been just really fun to start from scratch every single time. Clean slate, as it were. Okay, so let's pick out some tags that we want to use, and I'm going to set this aside. I don't want it to get wet. I have my wet rag over there for my gluey fingers. So I think I want to try with these 2. And then I had one here. It's a couple of them. They're from File Folder. Can you see what I'm doing? They are from File Folder scraps, and I definitely want to cover them like this. See, it's got all that, which, you know, depending on what project you're using, you could actually use that in the background. This one, these are old ones from my husband's work that I tried coffee dyeing. And then this one was from a flashcard set, and somebody had made their own blank flashcard vocabulary word. It says bang. I don't know why, but I like the patina on the back, the beautiful aging. So they should all be pretty good, and that gives us 5. And that's more than enough to try to attempt in one sitting, but I did pre-cut all those bases so I would have them for future videos as well. I did not cut my tag shapes out yet, but that's fine. We can do that at the end. So, picking from all of my scraps here, I know I want that one. I know I really want that one. I really wanted to use this one. Let's get started, and then we'll find coordinating papers to use. So we're just gonna rip right into it. So there's that one. And basically I'm just gonna kind of crease that and then tear it using the card as the edge. I'm getting a lot of these tiny little squares now. Well, they're not tiny, but smallish. So I'm gonna have some serious fun doing some collage at some point. Yeah, I like that. Whoops, well, I didn't do a great job of tearing that, but that's okay. We're gonna lay that down there. When I try to collage stuff, I actually have better success. I don't know why. It just works better for me to kind of lay it all out before I start gluing rather than to glue each individual layer. And I don't know why that is, but it just, I guess it just helps my brain to stay a little more organized. Now is that, yeah, see? So I can do that. I kind of like this torn look though on the edges, because then when I layer them up, it gives you something to, it really, you know, gives the eye something to pay attention to. See, I got some pretty butterflies. I'd love to use these butterflies. And I think I'm out of frame here. To the left, to the left. There we go. Maybe if I come up a bit, there we go. Did that help? Sure. Sure it did. As I use each one that I'm using, I'm gonna just set them off to the side here. I have this one with these watercolor flowers. I think I just used that one recently, but it's really pretty. And I really would like, actually I want to do one kind of more grungy, maybe masculine looking. So I'm going to go with this one here. And as long as we have 3 in the back, we will be fine. Small scraps to the right, big scraps to the left. You know what might help me is if I do it this way a little bit, then I can, there we go, that's better. I feel like I'm crowded over here. That's better, much better. As long as you can see what I'm doing, which you probably can't, sorry. And since this video is for you, we want to make sure you can see. Okay, let's see, you can't see what I'm digging through necessarily, but that's okay. Let's see, here's this beautiful, oh, I think I'm gonna use that one with that. That looks guyish, kinda, doesn't it? And then I have this black one. Yeah. Okay, so now I wanna make sure that on this tag, the black covers the remainder. So, I need to make sure that I tear it down here far enough. This is kind of an awkward way to measure, I admit it, but you know, I get all fumbly when I'm on camera. There we go. And I'm gonna put it so the torn edge is up that way, and then I'm just gonna tear it like that, and we'll trim it off in a bit. Okay, so now I like this slanted edge here. You could tear it if you want. I'm kind of liking it being sharp, so. And it's individual preference, of course. It's art. Do what you want. Nobody can tell you that your art is good or bad. If they do, they're just rude. Okay, so there's that one. I'm just going to go ahead and glue it down while I know that that's how I want it. And I think I want them both to overlap the peach. So we're going to put him down first. Oh, I should have a glue page under there or something. There we go. Oops. That way if I go over the edge, it won't mess up the mat. Okay. The only thing I really need to be sure of is there. You could ink your edges if you want to. I think I'm gonna re-tear this so the white edge doesn't show. Pretty sure I did that right, yep. And it still fits. Just go over that edge just a bit with the glue. So what are you all working on today? What have you got going? It's springtime, which is nice, although my weather is still not behaving like it's springtime, but we know it's there. I want to get this up. There we go. I don't know that helped, but it made me feel good. We know spring is coming. It's just gonna be slow. I was asking a guy at church the other day, because he's working on getting his title for Master Gardener, and he put in a community garden at the church. He started that last year, but he does know his stuff. So I was asking him the other day about roses, because the last 2 years, our roses have budded out like practically overnight, and they did it in March, you know? So I was like, well, what should I be expecting? And he said, well, we're gonna have hard freezes clear into May, so. And May 10th is, around here, May 10th is like the perfect planting day. That's your optimal day. Usually frost and freezes are over, usually, but then you get a weird year like this. I'm gonna lay that to dry before I trim. Anyway, so he said I could trim them in April. And I said, okay, that's good, because the last couple of years it snuck up on me and I was not prepared for that. I'm very happy to hear I get a reprieve. Okay, so I have this purple one here. I have this gray one. And what do I want underneath it? Probably something neutral. Didn't use a neutral on that last one. Maybe I should have. Either Hebrew or music, I think. Oh, actually, this one might work. Sorry, I'm reaching across the camera. Very rude. I know in drama class it's really bad to reach across and in front of everybody. You know, now I forget what the term is. When you're not paying attention and like you turn around and you have your back to the audience and stuff. Very bad, very bad. Okay, after stamping on all my strips, I don't need to save any more of those kinds of strips. I got plenty, got a lifetime supply. Oh, now see, I tore it. It's just a little short there. And I can't, oh shucks. Okay, be more careful this time. So I definitely want to leave some space to the outside of the words to make sure it covers the tag. Okay, well, you go in the small pile. There we go. That's how we want that. I like it because this has kind of a creamy background. I did like this torn edge though. I wonder if I want the book page at the bottom. I think I do. Yeah. I don't think that 246 is going to make it on there, but that's how that's going to look. Okay, so I'm going to glue from the bottom up. That way everything will stagger correctly. So yeah, this is Coffee Dyed file folder, and I've had a couple different summers where I just went out to the patio, did a huge batch of coffee dyeing of just stuff. I tend to put it all in a pile. If I know I want to coffee dye something, I'll put them aside into a pile and in my closet, and then when it's time, usually when it's at least 80 degrees out, if not, generally speaking, a 90 to 100 degree day is the best because it dries really fast. But you have to do it early enough in the morning so that you're not dying of heat exhaustion. So I guess I'm a little stingy using my coffee dyed paper because, yes, I can do it in the oven and all that, and I have. But it's just really nice because I can do a big batch, put it out on a table to dry, and then it's dry without having to do batches in the oven and leaving it all over my counter or something to air dry. And now that we've done our remodel, I really don't want to have like coffee stains on my quartz. It shouldn't stain, but you never know. You know, I'm just not happy about that idea, so just want to be careful. And then when we got new appliances a couple of years ago, we actually needed them, and so we had already gotten them, and then we decided to do the remodel, which happened to work out because then we didn't have to buy appliances with that. That helped. Oh, there's my card. And anyway, we got an air fryer oven, an oven that has the capacity or capability to be an air fryer. And we got it. My husband says, now you're not going to do any of that baking of paper in our new oven. Not that it matters, but it made him feel good to say that. So I was like, okay, but I didn't really mean it. Shh. I just said okay to make him happy. I probably might at some point, depending. But I got enough coffee dyed everything at the moment to last me for a while. Okay, next one. I like these lines, and I think they are narrow enough that the scale on them is nice for this. So here's the butterflies. I want the butterflies in the middle. I think I might. And then some more. That's a wide one. So let's do another book page. Not exactly measuring here. Probably should, but I'm not. I got a rip in this one, so I have to be careful. Okay. This is an old brittle Bible page. So, yeah, see there's a rip right there, which I want to be careful of. And then, just in general, because, see, darn it. We might be able to patch that. Hold on. I'm going to turn that just in case this doesn't patch well, because then this writing won't show through if for some reason I can't get this looking good. I hope my head's not in the shot. I don't like it when that happens. It's embarrassing. Oh, I don't like that either. Okay. Well, phooey. That is a technique I watched someone do. You put some glue down and then just rip the paper off and see what's left. It's kind of cool, but that is not what we are doing today. Okay, so this is how I should have done it. I knew better, and I did not listen to myself. Okay, but yeah, this is, oh, see, now that's not on there straight either. I'm not having good luck. Misadventures. Okay. I'm really sorry, Bible page, but you are not. Hebrew, though. Mr. Hebrew page would do just fine. One more time. Third time's the charm. Making sure we have enough of it on there. Which way's up? I don't read Hebrew, but I do read numbers, so that'll tell me, won't it? There we go. Okay, I have a really good feeling about this. There we go, there we go. Straight enough, it fits. Ooh, nice, okay, good job. Okay, so what, I think I already asked you guys what was going on today. What are you working on? What do you think? What do you think about these tag templates series? Do you like it? Do you hate it? Do you find it useful? This one has a jagged edge up there. So I think if I lay this one down and then I'll have the two. So we gotta save ourselves some time to decorate. So I gotta hustle. Let's see. Can't be wasting time with book pages that don't work. Let's scoop that down a bit. And also, this is another one you want to make sure it's straight because the lines will show. If it's not, it'll definitely be obvious. There we go. Card. There we go. Should be using my wooden brayer. It's over there. I buried it with some other stuff. It does work really well, though. Okay, there's that. Not sure when this airs. We may or may not be in Portland, Vancouver area when this airs. And I'm not going to tell you if that's true because it's like a big old advertising sign that says, "Hey, I'm not home." And that's never a smart idea. I'm going to take our dog with us though. That'll be nice. Don't have to find a dog sitter. She's a tough one. She's so finicky. She doesn't really like people. And that creates a problem when you want to go somewhere and have a dog sitter. And then you also have to pay the dog sitter, and then you feel bad because the inconvenience of sitting this animal, you know, it's rough. No, I still like it like that, and then like this, And what are we going to put underneath? What? Everything else guyish? Ooh, I have that magnifying glass, but I don't think that'll work. I have this one. Is this... Not sure I'm sold on the blue. I have a navy blue though. Nope, not speaking to me. Have any others that are... Oh, I have this one. Wait. I know, I have a couple of them. Where's that? I'm looking for a specific one I know I had out. This might have to do, but the one I really wanted had kind of that dark green trellis look. There it is. So do I want this one? I kind of like that. See, it's already aged on the paper, so. Okay. However, I do see one that could go with. How many tags do I have done? Do I have any more waiting? Yeah, I do. I have this one. This the one right here. So actually, I think I'm going to put this and this on here and something else. You move. Okay. So I know I want this down here. Well, maybe then I do want my rusty strip in the middle. I know my chevrons are going sideways, but I like that. I didn't make them go sideways. I didn't make them go sideways. They could go this a ways. Ooh, and this one has like some little distressing there. Let's do this. I'm trying to use the distressing of that's already on the paper. What do we think? Let me see. What do you guys think? You think this is too bold? I am inclined to agree with you. Let's use dictionary instead, and yeah. Okay. Thank you. That was good guidance. I appreciate that. Okay. Book. Tear that down a bit. Gotta cover that up. Yeah, I was fortunate enough at one point I found 2 sets of these flashcard vocabulary words. I guess somebody had retired from teaching and they were oldish. Not the person retiring, but the flashcards. I don't know how old the person retiring was. Anyway, they looked really nice. They had nice age on them. Not all of the words are, make sense being added to a journal, but was this the right one? Was this the piece? Yes, this was the piece. But anyway, they were really cool looking. So are we going to put the dictionary underneath, or are we going to put it on top? If I put it under, I have to make up my mind for sure and stick with it, because this again is a brittle page. Under or over? Once that sticks, I could do it over if I ink it. I don't have ink. I could get ink. Ink is easy to get. Okay. That needs to stick down then, because it's not. This. Hopefully we're not jiggling the camera. I'd like to get a new, at some point, I'd like to figure out how I can have my camera on more of a tripod, but I need to have like something slim. Let me grab my ink. I want some kind of tripod that has like a slimmer base or something, because it has to go on the other side of my table and the closet is over there, so I would want it to stay put up all the time. And so I want to be able to get in and out of my closet and still have a, I don't know why that one looks better than that. I think because there's more words. Okay, let's do that. I would want my tripod to stay set up and then still be able to access my closet. So I don't want them interfering with one another. Yeah, so that's, if you haven't visited my coffee site yet, it's down below. And that is one of the things I would like to do, is figure out my camera setup a little bit better. You get some better, I don't need like a fancy camera. I'm gonna probably always record with my phone because I don't need a fancy camera. The phone is good enough, truthfully. I don't do the kinds of videos that need fancy equipment or GoPros or drones. I'm just sitting here looking at my craft desk. So, you know, iPhones are always going to stay up to date, I think, with good technology and good resolution and things. Okay, now this one, I like that big pretty flower there, and I like this garden trellis down below. So the question is, what goes on top? Not you. I mean, this almost, no, that's not wide enough. What am I thinking? Well, that was ridiculous. Too gray. And again, my chevrons are sideways. This is a narrower tag, so my chevrons could go up and down. Or do I want the trellis at the top? If I put the trellis at the top, does the chevron look good down there? No, not particularly. Okay, how about black? Maybe? Nope. Just digging through my pile over here. What kind of this? Oh, yeah, I had that barn. I also have more of that gray. What if we did the barn instead? Because it's very subtle. There's a little bit of blue, but then the barnwood. That looks gardenish, doesn't it? Oh, I like that. Okay. Decision made. Come here, glue book. And I want this towards the top. There's that. And I definitely want this flower. Okay, so we're gonna tear the flower because it's gonna be on top. This isn't even like the major part of the video, but it's taking us plenty of time. Uh-oh, ripped it the wrong way. Oh well. That's what the ink is for. I think I said in one of my last videos I was going to replace the pad, but then I wasn't planning on inking initially today, so I didn't. Actually, we're going to just take that off. So anyway, the pad remains old and crumbly, and it shall until the next time I think about it. Here we go. So how far up do I want? Oops, I wanted it this way. So up to right about there. Yeah, I am going to try stamping with that stamp again, but as a on a plainer paper. I really like the stamp, and I don't remember if it was used or not, because maybe it just wasn't seasoned. It didn't take it very well, but then the lines on it aren't bold enough to really tell. Let's make sure I'm covering up enough. The lines on it aren't bold enough to tell what the pattern is on a more patterned background, so it just didn't show up. But if it wasn't seasoned, then it wasn't taking the ink very well either. So, because I'm finding so many of them at the thrift stores now that I really like. Okay, the flower looks to go that way. All right. glue between here and here. There we go. Yeah, so I want to give it a few more tries because it's really pretty. I got glue on that page I'm trying to avoid. Picky, picky. There we go. Let's go up a skosh with that. There we go. Nice. Okay, now we're going to trim around these guys, and I'll be right back. Okay, I have these trimmed down now. Notice anything wrong here? I stared right at it and trimmed off the wrong side. I mean, to our untrained eyes, we can't tell that the Hebrew's upside down and the lines don't matter. The butterfly is very obvious. But I've done this before. I don't recommend it. Trimmed my tags off on the wrong end. Oh well. What you gonna do? You can't cry. Oops, this is peeling up. They look really nice though, don't they? Really nice. So now we get to figure out what we are decorating with. Okay, I've got my focal points here that I want to put on each one. This one, I'm a little undecided because I picked out these ladies first. I like the colors, and I would of course trim it down and all that, but then I saw her, and yes, she's got a blue background, but the pinks in this tag pick up the pinks in her shawl, and I don't know, it's just so striking. I also don't know if I want to stitch around these, not at this time. I'm going to stick with her, but now what we have to find are the secondary piece. So looking back at our instructions, we have our 3 layers, but then we need 2 on top, 2 objects. So curve, straight, round, blah, blah, blah. And I have some of these. These came from a little tiny book on motherhood with portraits of the masters. I love, I don't know, something about the purple and the gray just picks up the colors in their hair and her skirt, and it looks great. And then this one, and then this lady, I want to grunge her up a little bit because the background's too bright, but her jacket, coat, I guess that is, really matches the color in the flower very nicely, and she's small enough scale that I won't lose my flower. So I was thinking for the second object I might want something with numbers. I have so many things that have numbers. Some of them I stamped, some are book page number things. Like this one here. I wonder if that would look okay. This is just a strip that came off of something. 10 things I will never forget. She looks like somebody who'd never forget something. I don't really have a lot of blue in the rest of these, so I'm not gonna... I think I want browns. Browns seem like the right thing. Here's London. I'm going to London? I don't know. Maybe. Maybe we are. Are these little tickets? Is that what these are? This one came out of a book. It's the one I'm using for my glue book, but it has all kinds of boats, and this was a advertisement for a steamboat convention on steamboats. Okay, I like 13/11. I like it better there. I've got this kind of close to me so you can't see me digging. I'm sorry. Here we go. It's kind of hard to dig through this and make sure that this works. Corresponding order. I don't know. Don't know that any of these are really going to work that well. And if that's the case, then I'm going to go for flowers. Here's this one. This one says 15 cents. Okay, we only have 2, so 3 layers and 2 objects. Maybe that. Yeah, okay. Well, she's going to be hard to match. What is she going to say? Actually, kind of like... I'm going to trim these down. I was thinking about backing them. Kind of like 47 cents right there. 47-cent haircut. It looks like she's cutting her hair. I don't really know what she's doing over there. Perhaps you are 13/11ths. And perhaps what will help me decide is once I grunge you up. And what's this? 1888. Well, you are 1920 something. But this convention, when was this convention being held? October the 27th. It's a secret what year, so we could say 1888 if we wanted. Ooh, and it kind of has that same tone there. Okay, 1888 it is, and all we have left is this darling. And I think she might need a word or a flower. That's what I'm feeling for her. Although, no, that says 1890. Still too soon. See, now I keep finding the options. Actually, I like that better than 15 cents there. 15 cents would have been quite a lot back in the day for anything. You know, when things only cost a few pennies at a time. 15 cents would have been kind of a lot. Okay, I'm going to put that away. Putting away the numbers. Getting out my flowers. Okay, everyone. You know what? Let's glue these guys first, and then if I run out of time on her, I'll just do her off camera and come back and show you. So I liked this. I do want to tear this down. It already has that little bit of an edge. So I was going to ink it, and I was thinking of backing some of these smaller ones on some book page or something. And I will ink. I will ink. I will ink. Okay, inking. Whoops. Does anybody out there know when the temperance movement was exactly? I just know 1800s. I couldn't tell you when exactly. Let's see, let's put that there. I didn't punch holes or put toppers on these yet. I haven't completely decided what I want to do. And these are supposed to kind of overlap these two objects. So I think doing it like that will work. So on this, definitely want a sturdy glue, a finer point because of that little piece that I have to glue on. Here we go. I just really want to add something else to it, but then that's not quite, that's not exactly in the spirit of the tutorial, is it? Would you call this a tutorial? I get really confused between like what's a tutorial and what's a craft with me and what's a process video, because truthfully I kind of feel like they're all kind of the same thing. So this is sort of a tutorial. If you look on my channel in my playlists, I call them photorials because I can't teach worth beans. So I have never been a teacher. I am not good at it, nor do I pretend to be. So I just call them photorials because they are faux tutorials. So in case you're wondering, this may fall under that. This is a photorial, a fake tutorial. Okay, all right. Okay, there we go. Let's see, we're gonna trim down here with decals. Okay, there's that. There's not a lot of room around it, is there, to add anything underneath it to like back it. What if I put her at an angle? I kind of like that. Nice. I really like this paper. I like how this whole tag turned out. It looks really sharp, really crisp. But let's do this. And the painting itself is not the crispest image. Crisp. The image is not crisp. That's not easy to say. I'm gonna tone down your greens, Mr. Impressionist, whoever you were. And I think I'm gonna put it like that. 47 cents, like that. And then I'm gonna just trim those off. Trim off whatever's hanging over the edge, because that's a very narrow tag. These were those tall, skinny tags from Rachel's challenge one week. I think I already said that, but yeah, no. Okay, there's that. Yeah. I wish I had that covered up. Oh, I can do it like that, maybe. If I do it very precisely. Okay. So we're not going to glue right here, and then that'll help me line it up. Here's a good good quote. There's so much to teach and the time goes so fast. So it was a book on motherhood with all kinds of quotes from famous people about being mothers and mothering. It reminds me, I have a homework assignment. Let's see. Don't want you to stick quite yet. You're gonna go there-ish. Nice. Okay. I just want that little white dot covered. There we go. Good. Good. I feel like it needs some lace or something. Again, not in the spirit of the project. It's hard for me to be so, you know, to kind of be a little more simple and not just keep adding and adding, but it's actually, I think, better. Less is more. You know what? I want this one trimmed straight, and I want to decal whatever goes underneath it. I don't know how straight I can get that border, but we'll see. I don't even know if I'm in frame. Trimming, probably not. Trying to be. Let's get you guys out of the way. There we go. Let's get that out of the way. Now I think I want to put it on dictionary page because it was the dark enough color on the paper to contrast, and it kind of looks good with that. So is that what I want to do? Oh, you can't really tell. Oh yeah, okay. All right. I'm gonna generally rip it, and then I'm gonna go back over it, or back around with the decal scissors after I glue this down. Ocean. That's a nice word to have on there. Glue. This quote, I would like them to be the happy end of my story. Aww, yeah, you want your kids to be your happy end to your story. That's really well put, Margaret Atwood. Thank you. I think that's how I feel too. Scoot over just a bit. I would rip it, but I think that I will be better off using the scissors so that I can get the torn edge exactly where I want it. Otherwise, hand tearing it, it might go off. Might go off the rails. Go helter-skelter. Go sideways. Ooh, there we go. Okay, and just a touch of ink. Oh, and it says worship down there. Worship, cherish, fondness. Is that love? Is that what that one was? Synonyms. This came out of a book of synonyms. Maybe it's like. No, like comes alphabetically before lotion. Okay, so here are these two. I kind of am liking the off-center thing. Yep. I'm gonna go with it. I tend to go at angles a lot because I just like how it looks, and also because when I was scrapbooking, I was really bad about being able to get things on the page straight. Like if I was putting down letter stickers or whatever. I just wanted to get it done. There we go. Now it's like an entry in a scrapbook, right? March 1st, 1890. We did this together. Ooh, I like that. That's looking good. Okay, madam, please enlighten me as to how you would like to be. I think I want to do something very similar here, but go very close to that black line. Cutting very close to the black line, knowing that I can't cut straight. Luckily, there is a black line right there to get to kind of guide me. I can't teach, I can't cut straight. Not a salesman. What else? What else can't I do? Okay, so we were going to, this is the one that had glue on it. Ooh, I could put her on that page though, because the text is small enough and it's the right color to look good on here. See, it wasn't a total disaster after all. Well, maybe it is. You're not big enough. I don't have any more of that Bible page. I would have to dig it out. I don't want to dig it out. It would be very, very slim. Let's see. It always looks better when the book page goes across. Across? I don't say across. When the book page goes across rather than up and down. When it goes horizontally rather than vertically, because that's how words are supposed to go. Well, I like my idea. I just don't have the right scrap. I'm going to ink this. Think about this for a second. What am I going to do? And maybe at the end of the day, oh, what if I just do a strip? Now that's not in the spirit of 5 layers or whatever it was called. Count to 5. Oh no. What if we just say that you are one? You are one piece. Is that cheating? Probably. It gives me the look I want, although my words again will be going vertically instead of horizontally. It helps her stand out though. We are going to declare the book page and the image to be one and put that on there. Yep, that's what we're doing. Doing it. Okay. Okay, let's line you up straight. Let's get you a little closer to my face. Was my head in the shot? Again, apologies if it was. In, ta-da. Don't like that sticking down quite so much. Continue the line, there we go. And, oops. This is very thin paper, so it doesn't stand up to the pressure of this ink pad, you know. But we'll do our best to try to get that line. There we go. And we'll do you, because it's a little bit white. But I also like kind of the grayish tone of this in the background because it matches the grayish tones here. So. And we want you so we can see your pretty skirt matching the flower. If I end up covering up the whole flower, then what was the point, right? What was the point? These were printed on copy paper because some of these images I used when I did the Vintage Ladies binder way back. Almost 2 years ago now. Crazy. Was that my 500 subscriber giveaway? It was. That's a pretty big gift for 500 subbies. What was I thinking? Okay, let's get this on there. She's gonna go spend 15 cents at the market. The little caption says she's a citizen's wife, and I don't know what a citizen is. But she's obviously important. Her husband is important. They have some cash, so she's probably got 15 cents to spend. And you, my darling. Well, I know I want you there, so let's just start by gluing you down. Then we'll figure out what your secondary item will be. Your second object, because I have a feeling it's going to be a flower. And so, once you're down. So, goodbye, upside down butterflies. Thank you for contributing to this project, but we will not be using you after all. Oh, so sad. Okay. That's right. I have another scrap of that. It's much bigger, so next time I'll be sure to put them on right side up. Let's see. I really think she could use a label, but my labels are... I'm gonna try flowers. Going for the flowers. Now, this might be a spot to use some of these teeny tiny flowers. Came out of that Field Notes set that I am upset with because they have teeny tiny flowers. That being said, oops, this has a piece of paper stuck to it, okay. Which way is up, little flower? I think it goes this way. It could be that. Yeah, I got a whole stack, and also they're very hard to grab hold of. This one has a barely blush. It's because they've got this blue background, and so they don't, the images don't stand out very well. So no offense, Mr. Holtz, but I don't find them super usable. But maybe it's because I lack imagination. Now that looks nice. That's really pretty, and I could put a little fake piece of tape there as part of this object. If I had a teeny tiny word, then that would be a third object, so I better not. But I have like a teeny tiny little scrap. It's nice and dark. We'll just tear it up, glue it on to look like it's glued to the page. Is that too long? Hurrah! I think we did it, folks. To look like we glued it into a scrapbook. I'm really loving that idea because I did that on that other project and it just tickled me. Ha ha ha. Okay, I do want you a little bit smaller over there. Whoop. Now I want to scoot you over quick before the glue goes. Before the glue sticks. That's what we want to do. Again, I hope I didn't get my head in that shot. There you go. Wow, talk about really teeny tiny work. Nice, okay, I think I did it. I got my tags done. Now, and actually, there's not a ton to clean up. So I will probably put toppers on them at another time when I get ready to use them. I'm really glad I have this one. So here's what we've got. Let me scoot some stuff out of the way really fast. Okay, so we have this lovely lady who's going somewhere, all dressed up with somewhere to go. Got these two. I've got these two. I've got this lovely lady. Yeah, that looks nice together. I actually do like that. Whew. And then I have this one, which is more of a masculine style. What do you guys think? You guys gonna try this? What do you think? What do you think? Okay, so that wraps it up for today. Let's grab our quote and then I will let you go. Like they say in class, right? What is it? One more thing and then I'll let you go. All right, today's quote comes from this God's Little Instruction Book. I actually picked this up at the thrift store because they make cute little ephemera things. Man cannot discover new oceans unless he has courage to lose sight of the shore. I'll get myself a check mark so I know I've used that one. You have to have the courage to let go of something familiar and comforting before you can discover something new. That's always a good thing to remember, because it's really easy to hang on to the familiar and the comfortable and not to stretch ourselves in ways that might be beneficial for us. So I'm going to leave you with that thought for today. Until next time, be inspired, do something creative today, and I'll talk to you in the next video. Bye-bye now.